I'd like to invite up on stage my dear friend and our Chief Product Officer, Matthias Turner.
Yeah, so yesterday we have been talking a lot about in business for people and what this means. But how does this relate to our products? Well, I think I can explain that. So what we do not want to deliver is functionality to organizations. What we want to deliver is value to people. And value to people is something that can be experienced. It can be experienced by the users, the people who use our products, and it can be experienced by their internal and external customers. So being in business for people actually at the end is about people experience, and people experience is also the main motivator, the most important thing, and actually the thing that gives a deeper meaning to what we do in the sense of products. It's actually what made me, also personally, go into software business and to develop software. It's actually not about increasing profitability as the ultimate goal or to increase revenues or any other KPI. I mean, these things are definitely important, but at the end, the ultimate goal and the reason for us to be here is that we want to put a smile on your faces when you use our products. So that's what we feel is truly being in business for people. Now, let me share the ecosystem, the Unit4 ecosystem with you. So what we have is a number of global products. So we have Business World, we have Prevero, we have Intuo, a new kid on the block, so to say. We have PSA Suite, we have financials, we have student management. So they cover a broad range of different things. So that's ERP, that's financial planning and analysis, that's human capital management, that's professional services automation, and that's student management. They are strong and feature-rich products, and they are delivering value to many people in many organizations. And they're integrated with the People Platform. And the People Platform is something where we significantly invested in the last years. Value-adding products and services need a strong technology foundation. And this foundation is People Platform. It's the core of our ecosystem. It's cloud, it's microservices based, it's multi-tenant, so that's the more technical attributes. But what kind of benefits does this give to you? Well, it is very stable, it is very scalable, it integrates a lot of different products and services. So we are moving away from a world where you have one or two or three different software products, monolithic systems. It's an integration of many different things. And People Platform is enabling that. And it's also a great foundation to develop new things fast and with high quality. Let's have a look at the components. So there is Wanda. You all know who Wanda is by now. Our digital assistant, who gives you the possibility to not only communicate via a classic user interface, but to simply talk to your software. There are the automation services. And our smart automation services actually use artificial intelligence and machine learning to provide you with self-driving services. We have integration kit and extension kit. So these two are important when we talk about integrating these different products and services. So we can integrate with external applications, actually almost any application that is offering a reasonable interface. That can be Salesforce, that can be Microsoft Office 365, Slack, you name it. And it is also possible to use this functionality to extend the functionality that we deliver by standard. So if there is something missing, it is possible to build it by using Extension Kit. And that's something we use ourselves. So actually, we also use it to connect our products. And it's also something that partners can use, and even you can use it. So it's something that you, as customers, can use to extend the functionality and the features that you will find in our standard. And, well, People Platform is the foundation of a lot of new things that we will deliver to you in the near future. So we're already working on apps. There will be apps which are pieces of helpful, smaller functionality, like an augmented invoice registration. So this will be an app that will take any scanned invoice you have, which will analyze that invoice and interpret it, and automatically prepare everything you need in order to do a proper accounting for it. And that's just one example of a number of different apps that we are planning to deliver there. All built on the People Platform, all cloud, but consumable, for example, in connection with Business World in the latest version. So if you have Business World, even on-prem, you can use these apps. Another thing that we're working on is localizations. So the People Platform gives us the ability to build localizations fast and to maintain them efficiently. And it also enables us to even let them handle by partners to some extent. So at the end, we will be able to deliver more localizations to you, and we will be able to deliver them faster. And again, they can be consumed with Business World. And then we will also have complete functional modules that we will give you. So that can be something that is vertical specific. One example is a grant management module that we're planning, which is obviously something not-for-profit organizations will use. And this is also something you can use in connection with Business World. And on the other hand, we will also deliver, for example, a completely new financials module to you. And this, in the long run, will give you, based on your own decision, of course, the possibility to have a smooth migration, maybe from an existing product to this new type of functionality. So that's the approach that we're taking, and that's actually something which is really future-proof, and I think it's something which is without a comparison at the moment in the industry. That's something which will give you a lot of different value-adding products and services in the future, in connection with all the things that we already have. There will be announcements and also additional information about that in the near future. But for now, let's focus on the Spring Launch. So that's the topic of this session. And in this Spring Launch, we will show you new things that will be available by now. And in order to do that, we will use a company called Upright. Upright is an international services company. And what we want to do is we want to just put a few spotlights on people's everyday business lives in this company. And in order to do that, I invite some key people of our products area and division on stage. So that's Bridget Lurie, Thomas Darwin, Sascha Alba, Tim Clovert, and Raphael. So in this company called Upright, we have some personas, we have some people working there. So we have Penelope. Penelope is a senior consultant in France. We have Mia. Mia is a procurement manager in LA. We have Christian. Christian is dealing with financials in the UK. we have Manuel. He's an IT manager in Singapore. We have Julie, a team lead in the Netherlands. And we have James. He's a site manager in Dublin. So these people are using Unit4 software, and let's see what they do with it. Let's have a look what Penelope is doing at the moment.
Thank you, Matthias. Hi, everyone. Good morning. I'm Penelope. I work for Upride as a consultant, and I'm traveling to the US next week, and I don't know how to book flights. I don't know how to do anything. Normally, I just ask Tim, and he tells me. But I was told by HR that we've got this really cool new tool, and we can ask Wanda questions like that. So let's give it a try. I'm going to ask Wanda about how to book a flight. Hi. Oh, great. Okay. So let's say, what is our travel policy on booking my own flight? Let's see if it really works. Oh, travel request, something else. Okay, please choose one. So I'm going to type it in this time. What is our travel policy on booking our own flights? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to try an absence.
Do a hashtag reset?
Okay, hashtag reset.
And do it again.
Yeah, so Wanda is like in real life. Sometimes she doesn't understand everything.
Conversation has ended, okay.
And sometimes you need a reset. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try again. What is our travel policy on booking our own flights? Phew. So I need to book it through FCM, right? Okay, but you know, I wanted to book it myself because I really like to collect the airline points. So let's ask Wanda, can I collect airline points? I'm expecting her to say no. Oh, great. Okay, right. So I can collect airline points. I wonder, could I book first class? Let's have a try at that. So can I book first class? Absolutely not.
You shouldn't have asked.
I shouldn't have asked. So, well, that was really cool. That was way easier than asking Tim, who often doesn't give me the right answer. So, what else can Wanda do? I really need to take tomorrow off. I want to spend the day with my daughter. So, let's see if I can do that using Wanda. Okay. Can I book a holiday? Okay, great. Okay, I'm going to book tomorrow off. Tomorrow's the 17th of May. 17th May. Okay, same day, 17th of May. Wow, this is cool. Do I want to include any irrelevant? I suppose that means if I was sick, I would have to put in an absence certificate, but not for holidays. I don't need to give any relevant documents, so I'll just say no to that. Do I want to add? No, I mean, it's only a one-day absence. I don't think I need to tell my manager anything else. Okay, so what happens now? Submit. Okay, great. I've successfully posted your absence. Well, that sounds great. My manager now is hopefully going to approve that, and I should be able to take the day off. So I need to think about some other stuff. I need to book the zoo. I need to put petrol in the car. I wonder, can Wanda do that? I don't think she can do those things yet. So I need to also tell my customer that I'm going to be off. So there's a couple of things I need to do. I need to update my calendar. So I need, firstly, my manager should hopefully approve the absence. So I'll just wait for that to come through.
Actually, a cool thing is that Wanda is also able to translate for you. So we we have been teaching Wanda a few additional languages. So Wanda speaks German now, Dutch, and some other languages. So if you ask a question in French, for example, Wanda will talk to the manager in English if English is his preferred language. So it also helps you to communicate in different languages.
Now, while I was going about my work, I got a notification from Outlook to tell me that my absence has been entered. I've got an email to say, can you accept it and put it into your calendar? I always forget to do that, so this is really easy for me. So all I have to do is say RSVP and accept, and that's it, done.
Cool. Well, isn't that a very comfortable way to deal with something like that? So you can do it on the fly, even if you are having a lot of work, and I think that's how it should be. Well, the components we used for doing this demo were Business World, then Wanda, and we also used the extension kit in this example to connect to Outlook. Now, let's move to Mia. So let's have a look what Mia, the procurement manager in LA, is doing at the moment. Mia.
Hi, I'm Mia. That felt really natural to say. And I work in the procurement department in our US branch. And part of my job is to make sure that the suppliers that we select are sound, good companies from a financial perspective, but also making sure that they're not involved in any suspicious activities. And this used to be a very manual exercise for me to check this. I had multiple sources that I had to collect this information from via phone. I had to email people or search manual databases. But again, Upright as a company has been very innovative. And we've spoken to Unit4 to use some of their new technologies. And they suggested to make a flow, an extension flow, to make this as simple as possible. So as you can see on the screen, I have a new supplier in my supplier master file that I just need to sort of verify before we can start using it. And we've implemented a new checkbox, a very simple thing, a checkbox via a flexi field on my supplier master file. Now, all I have to do to sort of trigger a process to do these checkings that I did manually before is check that flag and save it. Now, this will trigger 2 extension flows. It's doing a real-time credit check against Dun & Bradstreet for a financial risk assessment. And it's also checking the US watch list and reg flag list, whether this company is on that list. And this US watch list contains companies and individuals that might be, for some reason, flagged by the US government. This could be quite serious. Things like the owners are probably involved in some terrorist activities. That could be one reason. Or the company is belonging to a country that might be under certain sanctions imposed by the government. But as you can see, while I was talking, a couple of things happened. Let me just refresh this screen. If I go back to the rating, you'll see that the information has been updated. I've got a Dun & Bradstreet rating directly updated in this master file, giving me a serious risk warning that there is risk involved in this company. But it's also been flagged being on the US watch list. But you could also probably see that we didn't just want to leave this for me to find out by looking at the supplier master file. We involved Wanda. So Wanda is now warning me and saying that this customer, Candid Trading, the name should sort of give it away, I think, is present on this US government watch list. So please have a look. You shouldn't use this supplier. So in just a few seconds, I have an extensive evaluation of this supplier, and it takes all sort of human errors away. I forgot to check, is completely out of the equation. And if I forget, Wanda will prompt me to do a proper check. So a very simple but very powerful example on how you can automate a process that is, quite boring, to be honest, and very time-consuming. Make it automated and make it super simple. So that makes my life easier.
Yeah, I think that's a nice way and a good way to do bureaucratic things that are necessary, but that are definitely no fun to do. And let the system do it. Let the system do it automatically, and even in better quality. Well, to go back to the overview, the components we have been using for this demo have been Business World, Wanda, and the extension kit again. The extension kit in order to connect to the Dun & Bradstreet database and also to connect to this US government watch list. Well, now we fly to the UK, and in the UK we have Christian. Christian is the financial manager over there. Christian, what's going on?
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Chris Osborn. I'm the UK Financial Director for Upright since more than 10 years. And, I do see myself not as a traditional bookkeeper. I do see myself as a business partner for the organization to ensure that the organization runs in the best possible way. So what I want to do now is I want to understand where we are, because the last weeks in terms of revenue seem to be very, very good. So what I will do is I will talk to Wendy, and Wendy is the evil sister of Wanda, and ask her where we are. So, hi Wendy. So she's replying, that's very good. How can I help you? Yeah, show me my Prevero data. Okay, so what data do you want to know more about? Well, show me my revenues. Let's see how we're performing. 1.453 million year to date for the UK. That's pretty good. I think the budget that we have was a little bit lower. So I think we're running good, but I don't remember the exact number. So let's say compare actuals to budget. Let's see. 1.239 was the budget, which means 200, a bit more than 200K above, 14.68%. That's much better than I thought. Very good. So how do we compare, or how are we performing compared to others? So let's say visualize the revenues for Europe. Let's see how the others are doing, how we are doing. Yeah, okay, so the Germans, of course, always the highest number, then we. No, wait, 1 second. Germany 1.3, we 1.4. Come on. The first time since over 10 years that we have more revenues than in Germany. That's very good. So I definitely sent this to my manager, sent this to the CFO. I want that he knows about it, so that he receives this report and see how good we are performing, and that we're the first time in terms of revenue, the biggest region. So the report has been sent, but now, well, it's May, not end of year. Maybe I was a little bit too enthusiastic. So since last year, we have this AI forecast in Prevero. Let's see what AI says, how we perform, or what the forecast for the rest of the year is. So show me the AI forecast for 2019. And typically, expectations rise. And we see in the first 5 months, the actuals were above budget, as we have seen also in the total number. But now we see also that the forecast for the rest of the year is also increasing. And there's high expectation what we need to deliver. So I think it's really good. I have now, in a very fast and easy way, understood where we are. And I would like to chat with you guys more, but I need to hurry now and talk to my sales manager to ensure that we meet the expectations.
Great. So instead of talking to one of his team members and asking him or her all of these questions, he can just talk with Prevero by using Wanda. So wherever and whenever he wants, and find out in an easy way what he wants to know. We've been using Business World. That's where the data actually is coming from. Prevero and Wanda to realize this. And, well, Wanda and Prevero will be available in early adopter phase from Q3 2019. Now let's make a flight again to Singapore. Let's talk a little bit to Manuel. Manuel is an IT manager over there, and I guess everybody here knows the situation when you come to a point where the functionality and the features that you had out of the standard are not completely fulfilling your requirements. So you need more. And Julie, a team lead, is having exactly this problem. And, well, she's going to explain to Manuel what she wants.
Hi, this time I'm Julie. I'm a project manager for Upride, and I've worked here for about 4 years now, and I really like working for Upride because we really value our people and our teams. We decided last year that we would make a deliberate effort to start asking for customer feedback. We find that it really helps the teams, and it really helps our people. But honestly, it's taking me a lot of administration to make it work. I've got 3 projects. I can't keep track of who I've asked feedback from. And then I've got to share it with the team. So I've got a friend in IT called Manuel, and I'm going to ask him. Last week, I asked him for some help.
Hi, this is Manuel. I work as IT project manager at Upride. My job is basically get our system to work for our people and our business.
Manuel, did you have time to look at the customer feedback request that we talked about last week?
Yeah, actually, we were working yesterday. I was working with Hector.
Great.
So we were using Extensions Kit, which is a software service that allows us to extend the capabilities of business work and also to automate some tasks.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, actually, I would like to show you something. So we have created a new flow that connects Unit4 Business Work with Intuo. So the project manager, in this case, only needs to tick a checkbox in the project master file, and then Extensions Kit will capture this event. It will connect to Intuo, so Intuo will send an email to the customer based on the information that is stored in the customer master file. The customer goes to Intuo, fill out the form, provides the feedback, and then Extensions Kit will take the control again. So it's performed a sentiment analysis, it's populate the information in business world, and then based on the score that the sentiment analysis provide, it will recommend some action to your project manager.
Sentiment analysis, does that really work?
Yeah, we are using Microsoft Cognitive Services
Okay.
that uses artificial intelligence to provide a score on the text that you send it.
Well, that sounds absolutely fantastic. So what kind of timescales are we talking here? When can I have that?
Well, it's already done. We were yesterday working on it, and you have it already.
What? So I thought this would take 3 months, and there would be loads of documents and change control forms.
No, not anymore. This is the way how we can do it with Extensions Kit and the way that Unit4 provided to us.
Well, what should I say? I mean, that's how you can make things happen much faster. And actually, Klaus has been talking about the Gig Lab that we have been setting up over there, where these 2 guys were working yesterday. That was Raphael and Hector. And actually, it was 2.5 hours that they spent on building this. But this is just a chart. Now let's see if it really works.
I'm Julie again. So I am visiting a customer site next week, and I really want to get some customer feedback and some team feedback before I go on site. I find that this really helps me hit the ground running as soon as I arrive. So Manuel created this new flow for me. He's told me how it works, and I just need to give it a try. So if you can see my screen, this is Business World. So I log in as myself. And I need to open my project, and Manuel has created a new tab for me called Customer Feedback. So I do what I normally do and search for my project. And then I've got my new tab here, and I click Send, Request, Feedback Request, and then Save. Okay, so apparently that's it. That's all I have to do. Now I'm just going to jump into the customer and show you what the customer gets. So Donald is my customer. He is going to get an email from me asking for feedback. So this is the email. It's pretty easy. He clicks on a link, and he's going to get a message that says, Salesforce team has reached the next milestone, and we would like to hear your feedback. So Donald, we have a good relationship, and he gives me honest feedback. We always want honest feedback. So I'm going to type in some feedback. So I'll say, hi, Julie. we had a minor setback, but everything is back on track. Thanks, Donald. Oops, Don. Okay. So, great. Okay, so now, oh, look, what's happened here? I've got a message. The message says, my customer has left me feedback. I can read the feedback, and it has performed a sentiment analysis and calculated 0.88, which is not perfect, but it sounds quite reasonable. So now this is the bit that takes me ages. I've got to email the team. I've got to assemble everybody's replies, but there's a link here. And Manuel told me that I should be able to praise the team without having to send loads of emails. So let's give that a try. Right, this is Intuo. I can see my customer feedback, which is great. Now, if I click feedback, I can choose praise, and I need to make sure I'm praising the right people. So I select my team. I'm going to say, hey guys, well done. Now, the really good thing about this is it's not just a like on Facebook. I can link the praise to some core values that we have decided are critical to our project success. So I'm going to say you've done really well in terms of execution, and then I send praise. Now, the great thing about this is that they can see it straight away, very quickly. But Tim, why don't you tell us, how did you experience that as an employee?
I'm not Tim, I'm Penelope.
Sorry.
I have 2 kids. Been working within Upright for 3 years now. Done a ton of projects. But with 2 kids, might have been too much on my plate lately. Luckily, Upright has installed Intuo a few years ago. And they actually ask me how I feel from time to time. Have a super good relationship with my manager. But I think I need to voice my concerns. So maybe let's have a look what I can do. Oh. It looks like I can fill in a small engagement pulse. This is something that we use within Upright to share how we feel and think about the company. Let's have a look here. So many of our rules and procedures make doing a good job difficult. No, we have business world, everything's going perfect. So that's great, definitely with extensions kit. So how often do you get feedback on your work? Julie's great. It's nearly real time. I remember Manuel did a great job lately. Continue. Your stress at work is... I'm just going to be open to Julie. So I feel like I have too much work and responsibility in my latest project. I'm going to ask her what to do. Okay, that's done. I'm kind of happy that this is off my heart, you know. Sometimes it stays on my mind for a few weeks, that I'll feel stressed and scared to talk with my manager. That feeling is gone. Oh, I see that Donald replied to a feedback request on the project. And Julie gave me praise. That's what you expect from a manager, don't you? That's it.
Yeah, so that's really a way how you can feel the pulse of your customer constantly, and also of your team. And I think exactly this situation is an everyday situation that probably everybody here has already experienced. And it makes a really big difference if you recognize immediately what's going on, or if you recognize it 3 months later, when maybe a lot of other things already have gone into the wrong direction. So, what we used here is Business World, then we used the extension kit, and that's really what these guys have been doing yesterday in 2.5 hours to connect it with Intuo. And a little bit of Wanda, of course, was also in there. Yeah, now we have a different person. Our last persona that we want to have a look at. And that's actually James. James is a site manager in Dublin, and James is dealing with many, many service requests that he has to handle with his team every day. James.
Hey, I'm James. That felt more natural to say. And I'm running a part of Upright, which is a service organization, and what we do is maintain the number of estates and buildings across the UK. And you know, many of these service orders that we have to deal with is based on regular inspections and maintenance rounds, and they're all planned, which is fine, right? But sometimes things break down, and rarely at a convenient time, and then it needs to quickly be assigned to someone to be fixed, right? Up to now, this has been a very manual job for me. I've had many people sitting, monitoring these backlog of service order and making sure that they are planned accordingly to the right people. But we felt that there was an opportunity to improve this and automate that process. So we spoke to Unit4 again, and luckily they had this smart automation service that they're launching this spring that actually looks at this process, and it's all designed to automatically schedule service orders based on machine learning and artificial intelligence. So let's see if it works in action. On the left, you can see a window of the field service mobile application that our technicians have. And they use this for various things. They stay updated on their service orders. They can report time on the service order they have dealt with, and also material or equipment they've used on the service orders. But they can also use this to raise new service orders. So if they're on site and they see something that is needed to be paid attention to, they can raise new service orders. So one of my technicians has been on site, and he spotted something that the bathroom light is on the out on the 6th floor in the building he's in. He can't do this himself. He's not an electrician, but he flags this as urgent, and then he sends that to planning. So that creates a new service order. Now I move to my world as James, and I have the complete overview in the service planning module. But before I do that, let me bring another application up on the screen as well. And mirror it. Just a second. I'll slide this to the right and this to the left. So when I refresh this service pool, you can see that the new service order is in. It's flagged as urgent. And the automation service will now run. This is not happening on the fly, because this machine learning algorithms would look at all the service order that sits in this pool, and then it's scheduled to run every 2nd hour or every 4th hour to make sure that when you distribute these service orders to the right people, it's optimized based on the total pool of resources. So that's now completely automated from my perspective. I don't have to have people sitting and watching this, because this service will provide an estimate of the time it will take to do the service order. It will look for available resources and suitable resources with the right competence and skills, and then it will schedule those service orders accordingly. But we wanted a different approach for these urgent orders. I don't want them to sit and wait for the complete service order backlog to be distributed. I want to deal with that personally, straight away. So as you can see, while I was talking, I got a message from Wanda. So Wanda is saying, you have a new urgent service order from the city hall. It's an electrical fault, and it's estimated to 1.5 hours of work. Wanda also proposed suitable people to do this and come back with a match based on who has the competence to do this and who has the availability to do this. And I can now schedule these service orders directly from my mobile app. So I'll pick Fred, and that should trigger the automation. So if we keep an eye on Fred at the top, he now has an urgent service order. And the reason why Fred was picked was because Heidi, our other electrician, already had an urgent order in her backlog. So Fred was the best option. He had some other service orders that he can now put back in the queue. So for me, this is amazing. We've saved so much cost of having people sitting monitoring this. That's not now completely automated. I don't have people to monitor that. But when something is urgent and business critical, this service also allows me to be sharp. I can schedule these things ASAP, and that has a really positive effect on our SLAs. And it's really useful for our key contracts. Actually, it makes our customers happier, and it's led to more business because our reputation in the market is clearly going up because of this.
Well, that's really a way to save time. So it's been an hour or more that James spent every day before in manually assigning all of these service orders, and still being able to react to urgent stuff that is coming in. That's actually after releasing the AI-enhanced forecasting that Christian in the UK has been using before, as you have seen, and also the AI-enhanced data entry checks, the third thing based on machine learning and our smart automation services that is available now for you. The components we've been using here, Business World, the smart automation services, and Wanda. Now, we were talking about being in business for people, and actually, that's what we feel is being in business for people should be. It's a lot about people experience, we said before, but people experience also is employee experience. And we feel that this is also going to be important for all of you because your employees will expect a better experience at work every day. So we feel it's going to be a challenge also for you to differentiate and to be successful in the future. And as Mike said yesterday, you will never walk alone. We will be there to help you. So at the end, it's about saving you time, increasing engagement, and ultimately to help you to boost your performance. Everything you've seen in these demos is available now with the Spring Launch, so you can use it right away, and I will invite you to do this as fast as possible, and you will never walk alone. We will help you to do that. Thank you very much, and thanks very much to these great people.